this was something that was really, not what we expected in the initial, study. But it was something that patients brought up to us. And so it made us kind of go, huh, question it. We observed that improvements in incontinence were associated with reductions in sexual worry and distress. Improvements in continence were associated with reductions in sexual worry and distress, and many patients also just reported increased confidence. Although reduced fear of leakage during intimacy was not directly assessed, that's something we hope to do later. These findings suggest a potential relationship between continence improvement, confidence, and sexual well-being, which, like I said, we want to look in that further. These findings really highlight that continence restoration has something so much broader. It's the psychosocial benefit beyond the physical symptom relief. Alleviating anxiety, improving relationships, emotional health. Importantly, this reinforces the need to incorporate sexual health assessments into routine evaluation of the treatment outcomes of stress urinary incontinence. It was a generally well-tolerated and favorable, has a very favorable safety profile consistent with prior studies. This procedure is minimally invasive, adjustable, and reversible, making it an attractive option for patients who are not candidates or have failed other surgical interventions. Complications were manageable, and device-related issues such as balloon migration, erosion, or need for adjustment or revision were very simple and able to, be done so very easily. Complications can be managed in office without the need to be taken to the OR. What sets apart the ACT from other devices, such as, bulking agents, mesh, is that it can be completely removed. Device retention rates, were favorable in our cohort, and the system adjustability allows for individualized optimization of continence outcomes over time. So, let's say at, the 6 months you're completely continent. If you want to come back in a few more years and you find yourself, not as continent as you once were, we are able to adjust the device. So far, based on our trial, early experience, ACT appears to be well suited for women with stress urinary incontinence. This device has great potential in the space for those with recurrent or persistent symptoms after prior surgical interventions for their incontinence. And it may be, an appropriate option for incontinent patients seeking minimally invasive, adjustable alternatives, compared to invasive reconstructive procedures. Particularly, I'm thinking patients with contraindications to additional mesh sling, or for populations who, really deal with that mesh hesitancy. I just want to, make a shout out for ISHWISH. It's a great meeting for multiple people, from obstetrician, urologist, therapist. It was a really great space to collaborate and really start, the future of research and the ideas, there's like, it's very unique to bring us all together and have this forum where we're going to have open conversation. And I think one of my favorite parts about this presentation about ACT was the feedback I got from OB-GYNs. It was so wonderful to hear how excited they were about, the potential of this product.